trafficking survivors. So thank you again to the Radisson Blu. The second main point that came out of our session was we had two groups from the Northeast. One is Christina from Impulse, and then there is her colleague who's sitting in front of her, Nidan. Please also stand up. They discussed how they are working with businesses to help fight trafficking and the various ways they can do that, and how these initiatives can be duplicated in Jharkhand. I think some of the local groups who were represented took great interest in this, and I hope this conversation continues so some of the initiatives that they're doing in the Northeast can be duplicated here in Jharkhand. Third, but not least, we also heard the stories of two survivors who discussed what they need from the rehabilitation process. Thank you. Turn this over.
Our session was, I'm Ambika and I represent the Times of India, Delhi. And our session was media reporting with a rights-based perspective. I'll try and mix Hindi and English both because we have people from who are comfortable with Hindi. तो हमारा जो सेशन था मीडिया रिपोर्टिंग विद राइट्स बेस्ड पर्सपेक्टिव, हमने उसी को पे चर्चा जब पढ़ाई तो इस तरह से पढ़ाई कि हम न्यूज़ को सिर्फ एक न्यूज़ के दायरे में ना रखें, बल्कि इस तरह से अप्रोच करें कि उसमें ह्यूमन एस्पेक्ट, उसमें पॉलिसी का एस्पेक्ट, एक बिग पिक्चर हमेशा इमर्ज करके आए, क्योंकि तभी वो राइट्स बेस्ड हो सकती है। नहीं तो वो सिर्फ एक खबर बन के रह जाती है जब तक हम उसे एक ब्रॉड बेस्ड पिक्चर से ना जोड़ें। तो हमारी पैनल में रीजनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी थी। क्लॉडिया सोरेन थी जो यहाँ ऑल इंडिया रेडियो से हैं। उसके अलावा पंकज शर्मा गुवाहाटी से थे, वो प्रभात खबर को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। सोनाली दास झारखंड ब्यूरो चीफ टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया से, और जाने वाले पत्रकार किसले जी ने इसको कोऑर्डिनेट करा। कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ें जो निकल के आए, क्लॉडिया सोरेन ने पूरा ट्रैफिकिंग का बैकग्राउंड दिया कि कहाँ से शुरू हुआ, कैसे हुआ, और वो देते हुए उन्होंने एक बहुत अहम बात कही कि मीडिया हमारा सिमट के इंग्लिश और हिंदी में ही रह जाता है, उसमें भी ज़्यादातर अंग्रेज़ी में, और हिंदी कहीं पीछे रह जाती है, और हिंदी से भी और पीछे रह जाती है जो रीजनल डायलेक्ट्स है। I'll say this in English to say a critical point which was made by Claudia Soren. She said that media gets limited to English and Hindi. In there also English becomes more critical to compared to Hindi, and the dialects are often forgotten. Especially in the tribal areas where people are most comfortable in their smaller, the villages and their own languages. She felt it was very important that the regional media is promoted, is encouraged, and there are more grassroots interventions where communication becomes the basis of reaching out to people in their own language. So the media should be more inclusive, was what she pointed out, and everybody on the dais level agreed to that. So that was one point that was made. Another thing which was raised by Sonali Das was she cited her years of experience to point that she attended some conference of a big scale on trafficking about 14 years back, and heard similar passionate speeches, and was herself been part of this journey, and she returns to another 14 years later. So she said that while it is very important that the media should be reporting with a lot of passion and compassion, it is equally important, and probably more important, that the government gets involved and shows passion for the subject. बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जो सरकार है, मीडिया तो इस इशू पे पूरे मन से काम करे ही, लेकिन सरकार की तरफ से बहुत ज़रूरी स्टेप है कि वो आगे बढ़कर इसको एक अहम मुद्दा बनाए। जो मुख्यमंत्री जी ने भी यहाँ पर कहा कि सरकार में कमी रही है। उन्होंने एक एडमिशन करा और एक कमिटमेंट भी करा है कि 1 साल के अंदर वो एक कानून बनाने की प्रक्रिया को पूर्ण करेंगे। So that was the second point that came up, and where everybody felt that certainly the media needs to get more involved. We are writing a lot, but a lot more needs to be done. We also felt that while we are writing, we also need to get out of the news-based reporting, that is event-based reporting, which is mostly reactionary, to something which is more intensive and issue-based. So that was a commitment that everybody there felt, all of us who've been writing, and the House that attended the session also was very, very sure and certain about how much they expect from us and our role as media persons. There was another point made by Pankaj Sharma from Prabhat Khabar. This was again from the regional media, where he felt that it is very important that we promote journalism which is region-based. He was talking about training and knowledge, because often knowledge sharing is restricted to national or urban city centers. But we do not get into the regions, so people there, while the reporter may want to do a lot of good reporting, doesn't have access to information, doesn't have access to norms. This was more directed at our own industry than to the civil society as such. A broad-based picture was, we shared case studies to show how media interventions get better when we are connected on an issue with civil society, with NGOs and government. Examples were cited. I cited one. You've all heard of this case of the Vasant Kunj, where this girl was battered by the employer, and she was from Jharkhand, a Santhal tribal girl, and where we pointed out how a citizen was the informer, how we at the Times of India Delhi took up the matter with Shakti Bahini, and Shakti Bahini intervened, though there was no case as yet, and went to the site with the government, which is the Delhi Commission for Women, and took action. And the girl was rescued, and today she is recovering well and looking at her future. I met her at Khunti day before, and she was playing football with the zeal, which was, I mean, it's an experience which will stay with me for life, because I feel that one life has not only been saved, but one hope has been created to further the interests of girls like her. So such case studies were shared by my other colleagues as well, who shared what can be done and what more. Anika, we all met this morning. When she was rescued in Delhi, I had met her, and the way she reached out to the placement agency. And then I met her in Torpa last year, and her house was so dark, we had to use our mobile phones to see each other's faces. So that's the kind of life the girls are seeing here and going down to Delhi, which is completely hostile, and then coming back here and looking at rehabilitation. So इसमें सरकार का एक बहुत ज़रूरी होगा. Just finish. And the last point was that this is again for journalists, that we really need to get these issues, to look at these issues as hard news issues and not soft news issues. We need to make the social sector prime to development, because development reporting is the basis for political and economic development. Thank you.
A very pertinent point we discussed in the media session. Let me turn to Mr. Ashok Bhatt.
Thank you. Indeed, in our group discussion, the focus was on cross-border trafficking, and at the same time it was coupled with SARC protocol, which we had enacted jointly some years back, 2002. 4 or 5 panelists we had, and they are from different angles. Our panelists, they expressed their views out of their own experiences and their own observations. One of the panelists, I count the name, I read the name, as a very distinct because she represents survivors group. She herself, she's over here, and she's from Nepal. Same way, some others also were panelists, as a panelist they had contributed. Anyway, their views I have tried to list down over here, but this is not going to cover the entire views or observations expressed during our panel discussions. Number one, some of us, often we say SAARC convention, SAARC protocol, whatever the name, this is not enough very much. At the same time, what we observe, implementation part, when it comes, the SAARC convention itself is not so far well implemented or fully implemented. So there is a gap. The spirit we listed down, and the way we have actualized or implemented, there is a gap. So given this context, if we scale up our capacity, our activism, there are tremendous chance to overcome or win over this heinous crime. So that part also expressed during our discussion. Next was recently, let me give you one reference. 2014, November, that was the one. The last SAARC convention held, and it was in Kathmandu. And the clause 19 adopted that time, that expressed to implement greater way, greater scale, the understanding made, that is in the form of SAARC Convention 2002. So behind that, the realization, the deep realization was the kind of the level of implementation so far we have achieved, that is not adequate. So that is what at that highest level of our political leaders, they have realized. So let us have first implemented what we already have agreed, rather than going for newer and newer conventions or understandings. So this is what that time, as clause 19 says, that was there, and during our panel discussion, this also touched upon. Next was one important point. So far, our legal arrangements and our practices, we are so much focused on minor, but we have been skipping out the rights of major ones. They also are victim, but so far as the arrangement, legal arrangements and our provisions are there, that's been some extent neglected. So that part also touched upon during our discussion. Why? The reason was very clear. They also are in an exploitative circumstances. So their rights also has to be respected well, so that they can start a new life from new scratch. That was also touched upon. And next was cross-border partnership, because in this sub-regional, that includes Bangladesh, includes Nepal, and includes India, and some other countries too. Some are origin, some are destinations. So cross-border partnership, greater scale up, that is also that time we focused on. Next was how we can approve the possibility of sex tourism, which is growing in this part of the world. So that part also, two friends, speakers, panelists, they were there. They tried to highlight and touch upon. Next was the urgency of PIL. We expressed to intensify PIL so that rescue work that can be increased to a greater scale. that part also our panelists expressed during their deliberation. And next was the importance of SOP, which comes very much important when it is cross-border trafficking. So this were Bangladesh and India has to some extent it is in practices and existence. But between Nepal and India there is a gap. Doesn't exist very well. But what is the fact? Recently, government of Nepal has approved SOP. So that development is one step forward, which recently we have made. Obviously, has to be approved mutually by government of India and government of Nepal. That part is there and had to be done. So that part also does happen. And next was, this is my personal feeling. Now I am little bit going beyond yesterday's our discussion with the permission of chair. Since this particular panel discussion, it was focused on cross-border, I would be definitely more delighted if greater participation we had also from Bangladesh and also from Nepal. That part, yes, sounds a noble idea. Sometime we can, and sometime for some reason we cannot materialize. But this part also I personally felt. Now I am coming to my final point. Let's scale up, recognizing our heroes. Yesterday, it's highly commendable initiative we initiated during our dinner time. Our heroes, they are all the time there. And we do not recognize, we do not know even, many cases, we do not know who are doing what. But they are there all the time, night or day, morning or evening, afternoon or any time they are there. So let us recognize them, identify them. Some madams I am seeing in front of here. So there are so many others. So this is what very commendable job. And from my side, I'm really happy what we done. So this is what beyond our panel discussion. And with this, I would like to conclude our part of panel discussion, what we done yesterday. Thank you so much.
So thank you for that, and thank you for showing, well, Jharkhand has a problem. It is not just a local, trafficking is not just a local problem. It is a regional, international, even global problem. So with that, we will move to Mr. Ashok Bhagat of Bachpan.
Sorry. कई बार जो है हो जाती है गलतियाँ। बहुत धन्यवाद। कल का जो सेशन था माइग्रेशन और फोर्स लेबर ट्रैफिकिंग के ऊपर, और बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट उस सेशन में लोग थे, नायक साहब बैठे हैं, मंडल साहब हैं, और एशिया फाउंडेशन और सेफ्टी सेक्रेटरी, जिन्होंने बहुत ग्रासरूट लेवल पे कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट किए हैं सेफ माइग्रेशन को लेके, प्रिवेंशन मॉडल को लेके, और बहुत अच्छे सुझाव आए। और सबसे अच्छी बात ये थी कि मैं चारों सेशन में घूमता रहा, और सबसे ज्यादा इस सेशन में था, और सबसे ज्यादा लोग इस सेशन में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे थे। तो ये एक अच्छी बात है कि ये इंडिकेटर है कि हम सेफ माइग्रेशन की तरफ जाना चाहते हैं, ट्रैफिकिंग को जड़ से खत्म करना चाहते हैं। लेकिन उसके लिए जो जरूरी चीज है वो ब्रिज बिटवीन डिफरेंट बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस एंड डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर्स। कहने का मतलब यह है कि अगर सोर्स एरिया में अगर कोई आइडेंटिफिकेशन रेस्क्यू कर रहा है, तो कौन आदमी है जो ट्रांजिट पे नजर रख रहा है और कौन आदमी है जो डेस्टिनेशन सोर्स में काम कर प्रिवेंशन मॉडल। और प्रिवेंशन मॉडल या रेस्क्यू मॉडल, जितने भी मॉडल्स हैं, जितने भी एक्सपेरिमेंट हैं, ये बात निकल के आई कि उसको ब्रिज करना बहुत जरूरी है, उसका कोऑर्डिनेशन बहुत जरूरी है। अगर ये कोऑर्डिनेशन हो जाए तो हम शायद सेफ माइग्रेशन की तरफ जा सकते हैं, ट्रैफिकिंग का नामो निशान नहीं हो सकता है। लेकिन ये तभी संभव है जब हम एक सामूहिक सोच के साथ काम करें। और इसके लिए एक बड़ा अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है जब हम सब लोग एक पूरे साउथ एशिया के लोग जुटे, सब अलग अलग तरह के एक्सपेरिमेंट में लगे हुए हैं और हम सब लोग काम कर रहे हैं। लेकिन जो गैप है वो उतना ही है जैसे एक शेर है कि हवाओं से कह दो कि वो चराग बन के दिखाए। चराग बनना बड़ा मुश्किल है। हवाएं चराग तो बुझा सकती हैं, लेकिन हवाएं चराग नहीं बन सकती। तो इसलिए जरूरी ये है कि हम लोग, मैं 2 दिन से सेशन में हूं और हम आगे जाएंगे, हम अपने अपने क्षेत्रों में काम करेंगे ट्रैफिकिंग के इशू पे। लेकिन जरूरी यह है कि वो जो यहां से जो ब्रिज बनने का सिलसिला शुरू हो रहा है, वो सिलसिला आगे कैसे बनेगा, इस पे हम लोगों को काम करने की जरूरत है। और थोड़े से मैं बहुत ज्यादा जो पैनल था और जो सेशन था उसमें भागीदारी मैं श्रोता के रूप में था। जो कुछ मैंने सुना वो आपको बताया कि ये एक सबका पैनलिस्ट का जो है डिसीजन था। लेकिन हम लोग सोचते हैं, मैं बचपन बचाओ आंदोलन से हूं, मैं देख रहा हूं कि हमें दायरे तोड़ने की जरूरत है। हम तमाम सामाजिक संगठन एक जगह इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं, हम कभी दायरे नहीं तोड़ते। कभी किसान संगठन अगेंस्ट चाइल्ड लेबर, किसान संगठन अगेंस्ट ट्रैफिकिंग, मजदूर संगठन को भागीदारी करते हैं, बिजनेस अगेंस्ट चाइल्ड ट्रैफिकिंग, कर्मचारी अगेंस्ट चाइल्ड ट्रैफिकिंग। इस तरह के आयोजन, इस तरह की चीजों को जोड़ने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि हम तो सब जानते हैं, हम सोल्यूशन भी जानते हैं, हम प्रॉब्लम भी जानते हैं। लेकिन क्या जो मजदूर है, जो विक्टिम है, जो जहां से बच्चा ट्रैफिक हो रहा है, उनके बीच में हम लोग कितना समय दे रहे हैं उनको। अभी कल एक बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन था, मैं देख रहा था कि बिजनेस मॉडल ऑफ ट्रैफिकिंग। तो बिजनेस मॉडल ऑफ प्रिवेंशन उस तरह का नहीं है, और वो बहुत, उसकी जो तैयारी है वो सौगुना है। हमारी तैयारी बहुत बिखरा हुआ है, तो हमको उस तरह की तैयारी करने की जरूरत है। और मुझे विश्वास है कि उस तैयारी में हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे। और एक अंतिम मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि, और इस तरह की परवरिश भी आंदोलनों के माध्यम से हुई है, बचपन बचाओ आंदोलन के माध्यम से। मैं कहना चाहूंगा, कब तलक जीते रहेंगे आधी सांस लेकर, उम्मीदें कब जगेंगी, कब जवां होंगी। हम सबको अपने अंदर, मैं देखने की कोशिश कर रहा था कि हम बहुत अच्छी टेक्निकल बातें कर रहे हैं कि क्या हमने अपने अंदर उस दर्द को गुस्से में बदला नहीं तो ये ट्रैफिकिंग नहीं खत्म हो सकती। दर्द को गुस्से में बदलने की जरूरत है। उस बेटी को जो हमारे पीछे बैठी हुई थी लड़कियां, जिनको छुड़ा के आराधना सिंह लाई थी, और जब तक वो दर्द गुस्से में नहीं बदलेगा, समाज में बदलाव नहीं हो सकता। धन्यवाद।
Thank you for that, sir. Tiffany, we're going to finish.
I'll be brief. First, before I say my comments, I want to remind people that I don't represent the US government. I'm from an NGO that's very outspoken in the US. And I'm also an outsider here, not an expert on the ground in India, so please take my comments with a grain of salt. But just two things, that's all I'll share, that stood out to me. First, the idea that I heard this morning, but also a few times, about the value of having a comprehensive law that covers both, or all, prevention, protection of victims, and prosecution, and having those treated equally and funded, equally and implemented fairly. And this is something that advocates fought for very hard in the US and won, so it is possible. The second thing is that there is a role for all of us to play in this, in many pathways, and we've talked about that and seen that. But we believe that ultimately the responsibility lies on our respective governments to be accountable, not just for prosecuting traffickers, but for the health and safety of its citizens, regardless of where they are in the country or in the world. We heard a lot of great ideas this morning, but our next step is implementation. And I'd like to call back Mr. Gupta's sentence that he wrote in his article that we need to be reporting back from the ground to our government so that they can't say they didn't know. They can look the other way, but they can't say they didn't know. And that's from Mr. Wilberforce that came from. So civil society can push respectfully, collaboratively, but with perseverance. And I want to urge you not to take no for an answer. Workers can't wait, survivors can't wait, and it's a matter of priorities. And I believe that we can win. Thanks.
Thank you for all of that. I turn over to the vote of thanks and the closing remarks now.
We just turn this around a little and felicitate you now. Thanks. Thank you so much. We'll request the Consul General Helen Darpap to join us once more, and Ms. Vikant from Shakti Vahini for the closing ceremony. We'll keep this very brief because we know that some of you have trains and flights and lunch is already ready, but we wanted to thank you for being with us and for all your support.